Hi everyone and welcome back to the Watch Boutique. Today we've got another comparison or just a few of the same models to showcase to you guys today. Today we are focusing on the Rolex GMT Master 2. We've actually got all three in the box today. So three are this Pepsi as you see on the front, the new released Sprite or the Lefty, and last but not least the Batgirl. What's to note here is, like I said, we've got all three models. All of these are on Jubilee, as you can see, but these models also come with the exact same configuration with the Oyster bracelet. So let's start with the Pepsi first, because that's technically the most historically important model. The GMT Master by Rolex was introduced first in 1954, apparently for Pan Am, the airline at that time, to help their pilots track multiple time zones when they were flying. Since then, the GMT has come a long way, and it is the GMT Master 2 as we know it today. So technically on this watch you can measure two time zones, but with the use of the 24-hour bezel you can actually even track a third time zone. But we'll try and do an in-depth video on how to set a GMT watch and how to read the multiple time zones of it in another video probably. So just talking about the Pepsi first to start off, this was reintroduced actually in 2018 for the first time since for 20 years-ish, because the 16700 first came with the Pepsi color, blue and red obviously, and then it was discontinued for a good 15 to 20 years until Rolex introduced this back in 2018 with the reference 126710BLRO. So when the Pepsi was first introduced in 2018, it was a big deal. The watch community went mad. I still remember watching releases from Basel World in 2018, and this was the watch that was spoken about the most. And it's fairly so with how important this watch is historically, and we all know how popular and how in demand this watch is right now. So the reason why most say that Rolex actually took so long, this is actually a fun fact, to actually come out with this blue and red Pepsi bezel is, with now the ceramic bezels that they use a very special technology to dip it in a certain liquid and get the color out. So since this actually uses a blue and red color combo, Rolex actually had to make the bezel full red, and then through a very meticulous and difficult process they managed to then get the exact blue radiant by then coloring with the different colors. So under UV light, I'm not sure if the camera will catch this, but if you shine a UV on the bezel, you can see the entire bezel is actually red color, and then the blue coloring was added on the top. I'm not sure what the technology was or how they did it, but that's how we got the Pepsi that we all know and love today. So next to the Pepsi is what we call the Batgirl, the 126710BL and R. These are the two. Exact same watch, exact same specifications, exact same sizes, just the different coloring on the bezel. So what's interesting with this is that since it's a black, Rolex actually managed to just do two colors on the dial without having to do the process that they did on the Pepsi. That gives us this color. The newest addition to the GMT family is the Sprite. Now I have to take a minute to get the orientation right, because as you can see, this is the left-hand drive with the crown on the other side of the case, as well as the date complication. I've said this on a previous video, but I absolutely love this color combo. The bringing back the green GMT hand, which we last saw on the 116710 LN, the black GMT. That's back. And then I just feel like this black and green just really works really well. It's a little fun, it's also a bit more serious, and it's just an amazing watch. Although I don't really agree with the date on the other side, so I find it a little difficult to orient myself when I'm wearing it, when I'm reading the time. But how many of us really wear a watch to read the time? So like I said, these are the exact same watches, but since they came out with this model last year with a change, the model number for this was changed to the 126720 BTNR. Again, I mentioned it before, but the English letterings that Rolex uses at the end are to distinguish in French actually the colors of the bezel. So if you think of BL and R, it's black and noir, which I think stands for blue and black or something along those lines. LN, for example, again was in French for black. So these three are the this is basically the full lineup of steel GMTs made by Rolex. I think that's about it for this one. Let us know what you guys think. If you have any questions, you can shoot them at us through a comment and let us know what you think. Thank you.